Hi, this is Clint, and I'm at the Hershey Hotel in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and I'm just highlighting some things about the life of Milton Hershey that are incredible for entrepreneurs and those who want to be successful and have an impact on other people's lives. The one thing that Milton understood as a businessman was the law of timing. He understood timing in 1883 to 1893. He had told one of his friends before that, those 10 years, that the demand for chocolate would increase. Caramels were actually very common for people to eat caramel, but he had seen a trend coming that people were going to enjoy chocolate and they're going to want to consume chocolates. And in those next 10 years, cocoa coming into the United States had actually increased 270% in the United States. So his timing was right, and when he started this, he really didn't see any other company that was making a move on this. He was able to foresee into the future, and I really believe he was able to access that wisdom because he was a man who took other people into consideration. And when you do that, you really can see the timing of things that are coming in the future, which ended up being a great financial benefit to him personally and to all those around him. So understanding timing, think about where you're at in your market, where you're at in your company, and how can you ride that wave in order to be ahead of the pack. There was a man named Harry Reese who decided to start making candy in his basement because he was inspired by Milton Hershey and what he did. Now, instead of Hershey responding by crushing him in competition, he ended up selling chocolate coatings to Harry Reese so he could start Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And they ended up becoming good friends, and eventually later on in the 1960s, Reese's ended up getting sold to Hershey so they could move through their national distribution. And you can see a Reese's plant a few miles away from where the Hershey plant is. So it's interesting to see those two businesses begin to work together, and how Reese's is a billion-dollar brand in the candy industry on a year-to-year basis. So that's an interesting story of how those two came together and worked together instead of competing against one another.